And at this point, he was just like, all right, now you're just being weird.
Asking you why you being weird. Why you being weird to me?
And the dating culture and scene out in Atlanta is very interesting. I've been here for about 6 months now or something like that. The men out here, they come with, some of them, not all of them, but some of them, they come with a certain bit of jadedness. Is one thing that I've ran into, and particularly around like they have a fear of being used by women. And really trying to test the waters and figure out and really just trying to test the woman to see, like, are you genuinely here for me? Do you genuinely like me? Or are you just trying to use me for my money or something like that? I've never been on so many like first dates or like within the first 2 days and having men like, oh my goodness, I want you to be my girlfriend. I want to introduce you to my parents and stuff. Like straight up, I went on maybe 3 dates with a guy. And then he was like, yeah, my parents just live down the street. Do you want to go meet them and have like Sunday dinner? And I was like,
wow.
No, I'm still trying to figure out if I like you like that, sir. I don't want to meet your family.
It's too soon.
It's way too soon. But no joke, probably at least, I would say 85% of the dates that I've been on, I've had men trying to introduce me to their family or make me their girlfriend within the first like 3 days, or get me to move in with them.
No.
Yeah, those have been my like common experiences.
Moving in is serious.
Yeah, well, cause they know that I'm like looking for a place out here and stuff. So, I guess one guy, he had a house, so he was just like, yeah, you can get your own room, you can get your own office. So I work remote. Another guy, he broke his lease because he knew I wanted to live in Buckhead, and he literally signed a new lease for Buckhead and was like, I got this apartment for you, and I want you to move in with me.
Oh my.
And I think there's one more person that I forget.
The trust. So soon.
I think, maybe just based off of the conversations that I have. I'm a very open person, and I'm very transparent and genuine and stuff like that. I really don't BS because I don't like to waste my time on other people's time.
Yeah.
And I have a very specific intention in dating. So I feel like the guys that meet me, if they don't think I'm trying to use them for whatever reason and they get over that hurdle, then they see that, I'm just like a good woman, and they're kind of like refreshingly surprised by that and trying to lock it down as quick as possible. And they don't they basically want me all to themselves, and they don't want me talking to or dating anybody else.
Yeah.
And I'm very open about that because, again, I'm just a very honest, transparent person. And I don't want to be sending people the wrong messages and stuff like that, or leading people on, or having them think we're something that we're not. So yeah, they're like, well, I know you out here dating these other dudes, and I try to get you to get by like right away. Like I just had a first date with a guy the other day, and he told me at the end of that day his intentions for me, and then he's been following up with me for the past week and reiterated on our last like phone call and stuff like that. And like I'm really trying to make you mine, and I want that, and like so let me know when you're ready. And I'm like, okay, well, we went on one date, so not yet, but I'm liking the energy, I'm liking the vibes.
Yeah.
And yeah, one of the guys that was like, yeah, my parents live just down the street and stuff. The funny thing about him is he had this whole hang up about me being plant-based, me being vegan, and he's like a hunter and everything like that.
Period. Because I am too.
Yeah. And he's a hunter, and so he thought I would have a problem with that, but I'm kind of like a different plant-based sort of lady. Like I still think about meat and stuff like that. I did it really for spiritual reasons and for my health is why I stick with it, and stuff. But I still think about meat and everything like that. And honestly, I like that he was a hunter, because I hold the belief that if you're going to consume meat, I think you should be required to hunt for it at some point and have that like spiritual connection to the life that you're taking and consuming.
Right.
But So I remember one day he was just talking to me about all types of things. And again, he's coming on very strong, telling me what his intentions are. He basically flat out tells me, like, I'm looking for my wife and I like what you got going on. So I'm trying to make this happen and stuff. But then we're having conversations just about my diet. And he spazzes on me one day. He's like, I don't want my kids to eat beans. I was like, bro, first of all, we ain't even, sir, again, like, we're here. I don't know where these imaginary kids came from.
We're nowhere near that point.
But, like, it's been like 3 days, sir. And,
oh my God.
I don't know, cook some meat for your kids. And if you don't want them to eat beans, like, and he's like, I don't want to be eating that too. And he's like, my woman got to be able to cook for me. And I'm like, well, I mean, I like to cook for my man, but I'm not going to cook your meat. So you're going to have to be cool with that. Oh gosh, there's many funny stories about this cat. He at a certain point just had so many issues with my lifestyle. So another thing about me is that I try to cut down on my consumption of plastic. So we go grocery shopping one day. And, the little clear plastic bags that people tend to put their loose little, like, fruit, mushrooms, that sort of stuff in.
Yeah.
I try not to use those unless I really have, like, something really small. I don't have any paper bags or anything like that. I try not to use those. So I can't remember what type of fruit I was grabbing up, or I think it was just bell peppers, maybe like 3 bell peppers. I don't need a plastic bag of that. They just go in there. And then I put them into the car, and then he comes back to the plastic bag. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I don't need that. And then he's like, why? And I was like, oh, I'm just trying to cut down on my plastic consumption. And at this point, he was just like, all right, now you're just being weird.
Oh,
I'm being weird.
Asking you why you being weird. Why you being weird to me?
You're being weird. Why do you have a problem with that?
Right.
If anything, like, not only are you being rude and weird, but you're also being inconsiderate of the planet. I'm trying to do it. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not forcing it on you. Yeah. I was doing the grocery shopping. These are my groceries. And I said, no, thanks. I don't need it. But he straight up was just like, yeah, now you're just being weird. And then, so through that experience, we ended up having like one last long conversation and stuff. And I was just kind of telling him, I think that you got some issues with me and my lifestyle. Because the other thing was I like to drink spring water. And he was just like,
girl, yes, we have so many similarities. We do.
You just being extra now. You just doing too much. Drink this damn purified water.
Right. And this Dasani.
But so after all of those little things, I was just telling him, I was like, I think you might like me, but there's a lot of things about my lifestyle that you seem to have some real negative feedback about, and it's starting to make me uncomfortable. Another thing, I'm not crazy about retwisting my locks super often. And he would make these comments like, oh, when are you going to get your locks retwisted? When are you going to get your locks retwisted? And I'm like, they don't need to be retwisted. They'll get retwisted when they need to, okay? I'm not trying to be out here looking like Stevie Wonder. And I plan to have these locks down to my butt. Yeah. Like, they don't need to be retwisted. But yeah, so I basically ended up cutting it off with him and just telling him, like, I don't think this is going to work out. And he was just like, oh, you just trying to ruin a good thing. You get it in your own way and stuff like that. You making something out of nothing. I'm like, I'm not making something out of, you actually are. And you're making me feel bad about the person I am and my life choices and the way I live my life. And I'm like, I'm good. Yeah. You don't like it, so you go over there and you be good. I'm going to stay over here. I'm going to be good. Mm-hmm. But, he just kept on telling me, he's like, well, if you're trying to cut it off, you try to end it and stuff like that, you can just let me know straight up and everything. You don't got to worry about me. I'll go about my business and stuff. And I won't stalk you and, I won't like harass you or anything. I was like, okay, well, you saying that right. Makes me kind of think maybe you will. And how strong you've been coming on makes me kind of think maybe you will. So, to this day, I still be like looking over my shoulder, wondering, just pop up out of nowhere. Cause I've definitely had those experiences before, but, yeah, so that's kind of what dating's been like in Atlanta. Does it matter to you the person that you date is also plant-based?
In the past, I said no, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. But now I think I kind of do want the person to also be, or at least open to it.
Mm-hmm. Not telling you, not yelling at you, talking about, I want my kids to eat beans.
Yeah.
At least not that.
Because the last person I was with, like, he didn't really make any big deal about it, but he did say, like he want us to eat together, meaning eat the same things. I don't mind cooking the meat, honestly. I don't. But I'm still eat my food.
For me, it's like I can cook it, but so I had 2 dogs with my ex, and I would cook for them sometimes and everything, like me and stuff, but I can cook it for them because it's not like I gotta taste it or anything. But I'm the type where I gotta taste every little bit of my food, so
yeah,
I can't cook meat for you. I can cook it if you want it like a dog where it's unseasoned, it don't got no flavor, and I just fry it on the pan, boil it in some water. Here you go. No, but that don't sound very good. Don't sound very appetizing.
The guys that you've dated, were they American?
Some of them were. I definitely have dated like maybe 2 or 3. No, two Nigerians, 2 Ghanaian guys, and then pretty much everybody has been like Black American.
Okay.
But surprisingly, lately, I don't know, I think I shifted my energy a little bit, so now I've been attracting more of what it is that I like. So even like now and stuff like that, I'm about to go out on a date, and I didn't even know this guy. He approached me and stuff like that, asked for my number, and I didn't know he was plant-based. I did get a good, like, strong, positive energy about him, but he literally, he literally just told me now, he was just like, oh yeah, I was plant-based for a really long time, really strict on it, and I'm pretty much still plant-based now, except when I go to family functions. So I was like, oh,
yeah,
what a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
So, and then, so I'm kind of meeting more people like that who are at least open to it, or they consume like a good amount of plant-based food already. Yeah. So that is great, to be around, but it's not important to me. And I honestly think, I don't know, I think some dudes that are like vegan and plant-based, they got a weird energy about it. They got a weird, soft energy.
What's not important to you? Oh, I know, right?
If my partner is plant-based.
Okay. Yeah, right. I still want them to be manly.
Yeah. And have you found that? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, some vegan men, they seem to have a real soft energy about that.
I haven't met any vegan men.
Oh, okay.
Or even vegetarian. They're all meat eaters.
Okay. Do you typically date African men?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes some sense to me.
But I mean, there are African vegan men out there
I believe it.
somewhere.
I believe it, girl, but where they at?